everybody, and welcome to That Wrestling Show, the podcast where all pro wrestling matters. I'm your host, Bill Yankovi, joined as always by Fro. How are you doing today, Fro?
I am very tired and not feeling very well.
But he's a trooper. Damn it.
Trooper. Super trooper, things are gonna blind me.
Anyway, this week we're going to talk about the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view event. We're going to give our grades and also the grades from CBS Sports and ESPN. We don't have Meltzer's ratings because as we're recording this, his newsletter hasn't been published yet, so we're not going to worry about him. Plus, the newest inductee for the WWE Hall of Fame has been announced. We'll talk about who it is.
I actually don't know.
Oh, very good. And we'll also be getting into the whole coronavirus thing because it is affecting wrestling even more. But before we get to that, we have an announcement to make.
Yes, we do.
This is a big announcement. This is actually Fro's idea. So Fro gets all the credit for this. As you guys know, we have a Patreon page, patreon.com/thatwrestlingshow. You guys can check it out if you would like to pledge. You are more than welcome to pledge. Fro came up with a really cool idea as more of a way to maybe get you guys more involved into the show to a degree, and also to our Patreon page.
Yeah, my idea was something we will call the Founders Club, because you are the founders of the podcast. Everything still will be free.
Oh God, yeah, this show will always be free.
But if you join the Patreon now, until we have 25 members of the Patreon, so it's the first 25 members of the Patreon, you will get qualified for what we will call the Founders Club. This is on the $1 tier, $2 tier,
and $3
tier.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, come on.
Oh no, I was gonna say what is part of it, but you do it. I'm sorry.
No, so what is part of it is that if you are among those 25 first members, you get a special little treat. You get to pick anything, and we mean anything on the WWE network.
Yep.
And we will do a special commentary just for that thing you picked on Patreon. So we have already one member of the Patreon.
Yes.
And he gets to pick his own thing.
Yeah. I will be in touch with him about it, probably this weekend, just so he knows. And so we have 24 spots available for our Founders Club. And
and only for those.
Yeah, only for the 25.
So you have to hurry.
Plus, I also want to add on all the other benefits with the tiers that you get, the $1, $2, $3, are still in effect.
It's extra.
Yeah.
So this is just to get you to use the Patreon, because the thing is, if let's say we get 5 people, there will be 5 reviews of something that you will never ever hear.
No.
Because you're a member of the Patreon.
Yeah, that's the cool part. So, like, maybe you want us to do, I'm just going to pick something completely random, an episode review of Total Divas. We will do a review of Total Divas.
Oh, yeah.
If you want us to review an episode of Monday Nitro, we will review an episode of Monday Nitro.
If you want to do a 6-hour WrestleMania, we will do the 6-hour WrestleMania.
Including the pre-show, if it has it.
Including the pre-show.
So, yeah. So, we're opening the floodgates.
Yep.
So...
But this has to be on the WWE network.
Yeah,
And
only the WWE network.
The reason we have made it that way is because me and Bill have availability to watch the thing that you want us to see. And it can be bad and it can be good.
Yeah.
Like, you pick it. It's your choice.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an all-time classic. It could be the crappiest show ever.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, patreon.com, that's patreon.com/That Wrestling Show. And you can pledge.
Members.
You can pledge anything.
And I will tell you, when we have those 25 members, there will be something even more cool that I have not told Bill even what will be.
Ooh.
So,
I'm very intrigued about that.
We will get to it if we get 25 members. You get a special prize.
I think we can do it because we're almost at 400 members in our Facebook group. We're actually at 399 as of this recording.
Nice.
So, one more and we will reach 400.
So become a member of the Founders Club and get to pick whatever you want to see.
There you go. All right. Let's talk about, obviously, what is going on with the coronavirus in the world of wrestling.
Something called the coronavirus, really?
Yeah. New Japan, they have canceled the remainder of the New Japan Cup. It was supposed to have continued this weekend.
Yep.
But that is all done, so we're not going to have a New Japan Cup this year. Right now,
WrestleMania is in danger. I'm just going to tell you guys, WrestleMania is in danger. I mean, we talked on another Digital Citizen about things that are getting closed. Jeopardy and the Wheel of Fortune is getting taped without audience. La Liga games in Spain are getting played without audience. Coachella is being proposed. E3 2020 has been cancelled. There is, of course, loss of life in this. That is more important than anything that has to do with entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, yesterday, the NBA suspended their season after a player tested positive for the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Today, the NHL suspended their season.
Yep.
College basketball tournaments are being canceled. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But we're here to talk about WrestleMania. Because as of right now, we are 3 weeks away from this Sunday, April the 5th, for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The Hillsborough County, Florida government, this is the county where Tampa Bay is in. Now, Tampa Bay, I believe, have a few cases. They don't have a lot of cases of the coronavirus, but they do have a few cases. They held a briefing this afternoon at the Public Safety Operations Complex to discuss, and this is from Mike Johnson, a PW Insider, to discuss the local response to the coronavirus outbreak and major events slated for the Tampa area, including WrestleMania. In regard to WrestleMania, Hillsborough County official Leslie Les Miller Jr. stated that WWE held their own press conference at 1:30 p.m. and that he was not aware of what WWE's announcement and messaging was coming from that conference.
Talk about shifting the blame.
Now, PW Insider has reached out to WWE and was told by a spokesperson that Miller spoke in error and that there was no press conference this afternoon.
No, because I also looked for this press conference and there was none.
Right. Mayor Castor and the other officials later stated that they have several weeks until WrestleMania and do not need to make a decision at this time.
That's bullshit.
Said Miller, and I quote, "We know that right now WrestleMania is out about 3 weeks, and we came to the conclusion right now we don't want to pull that plug.
It is so stupid.
However, we wanted to give it at least a week to see what was going to happen if the WWE was going to do anything at all. And if they don't, at that point, I would suggest we do bring this body back together in an emergency meeting to discuss what we do at that point in time."
What I think is going to happen, and here's my wild prediction, it is going to happen without audience there.
It's very possible. Now, I also want to bring this up because
I don't even know if it's going to be there, to be honest.
there's that possibility. WrestleMania could be moved.
I think it would be, probably.
Now, today, and this is from WPTV, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis declared in a press conference that he has recommended, that's the key word right there, recommended to all local authorities in the state that all mass gatherings be postponed or canceled.
Yeah.
It was stated that he does not have the authority to cancel events or force anyone to postpone their gatherings. He did strongly urge local authorities to do just that.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. Don't fucking go.
Well, I mean...
I'm going to be that blunt.
No, absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. Last night, Trump had a statement, I guess we could call it.
Right.
Banning for 30 days all flights to and from Europe except in the United Kingdom. Right now, besides all those countries in Europe, China, South Korea, Iran, and Japan have been...
And Italy.
And Italy. Well, yeah, Italy's a part of Europe. They've been put on this list.
Yep.
So what this does, in effect, is a lot of the Japanese talent that was going to be there WrestleMania weekend, from New Japan, DDT, Stardom, just to name a few, they're now not going to be there.
Right.
There's no way they're going to be there. Here's my thing. Here's my thinking on this. This is an unprecedented situation.
It is.
I don't know if we're ever going to be in this situation again.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. If everyone is smart,
mm-hmm.
they're going to postpone everything. They really
Yeah.
are. Because the thing is, because I talked with JC last night, because we did a brief recording on our sports podcast about this.
Mm-hmm.
The lives of people are more important than any means of entertainment.
Yep.
And WrestleMania, as we have talked about in years past, has brought in a bunch of money for whichever city's economy it is. And you can bet Tampa was going to get a nice sum of money. Now, if you postpone it, yes, it's going to affect the economy in the sense that they're going to lose the hundreds of millions of dollars they were going to gain, but ultimately, it's going to save thousands of people.
Yeah, no.
But I sort of see Fro's idea. There's a possibility they could do WrestleMania with nobody in attendance.
I think if I was WWE...
Basically, if we had a soul in WWE...
Yeah, I would probably cancel it now, just because people can get their money back and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that they're hoping this will go over in 3 weeks.
It's not.
But it's not.
That ain't happening.
But the numbers, they say in Norway, they say that May will be the highest point. And they're closing schools right now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, like we said, this is an unprecedented situation. So, I guess my next question would be, if you cancel WrestleMania,
mm-hmm.
do you give Tampa Bay WrestleMania next year, or do you give it to LA and say to Tampa, we're going to give you another one. We're not forgetting you. We're just going to go with what we have planned.
I think they will go with what they have planned and give it to them the year after.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's very hard to change those plans as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and you know, I was thinking to myself a few times this week how happy I am that, you know, when I went to New York last year around WrestleMania, that this shit didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and how now, a year later, we're in this situation where arguably the biggest wrestling show of the year is not even going to happen.
Yeah, no.
It's an unbelievable thought.
It's unbelievable, and it is extremely sad. But
it is.
I mean, I would rather not people die than there being a WrestleMania. So.
Yeah, and this affects the elderly the most. It's the elderly and people who have other illnesses. That's who it's affecting the most. So, so to give you guys other updates, WrestleCon sent out a tweet saying that, and I'm going to read the tweet, going to pin this to the top. Please give us some time to figure out if we are having the event, canceling, or postponing. Your individual needs will be met, but not today. We are not Ticketmaster. We aren't going to keep your money. So that's WrestleCon's response to the whole coronavirus there. WWE, they were going to be back in Madison Square Garden March 22nd. It looks like that might not happen after New York Governor Cuomo announced an edict prohibiting gatherings of more than 500 people in the state. That is affecting Broadway, which is a big moneymaker there. So there goes that. AEW, which was supposed to have Dynamite next week in Rochester, New York, that's been canceled. They're going to have it in July. They are looking right now for a last-minute place to do their show next week. So Rochester is out the window, and the show in Newark, New Jersey, which was going to be the Prudential Center, which was going to be the home of the the Blood and Guts event, that's in question right now. As if
it is a lot to keep a hold of right now, and I understand that people are scared, and this is serious, but it's not as serious as everybody thinks it is, or acting like it is. So,
but I think if we're gonna say anything, it is be cautious. But don't go apeshit crazy.
Don't go like Australia did and buy up all toilet paper in Australia.
Yeah, just, continue to live your life, but, have a little bit of caution.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, this is affecting a lot of things. Wrestling is being affected by this tremendously. We will see what happens in the next few weeks. And one promotion that I can say, Ring of Honor, as of right now, they have a pay-per-view tomorrow night in Las Vegas, and that show is still going to happen.
Yeah.
As of this moment. It could change at any time, but, remains to be seen. And we'll make our picks later.
I'm very curious of how many people will show up to this event.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't think Las Vegas has been affected.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I don't want to say it's going to be good or bad. I'm, just thinking in general. Let's talk about The Masked Singer.
Let's! Because holy moly, that was a surprise this week.
Maybe the best episode of the season?
Oh, definitely.
With the best reveal ever?
Yes. Will you go through the singers?
Yes, we will. Night Angel was up first. She sang You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi. Bear sang Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Astronaut sang You Say by Lauren Daigle. T-Rex sang So What by Pink. Rhino sang Have a Little Faith in Me by John Hyatt. And Swan sang Fever by Peggy Lee. And this was a tough elimination. I don't think there was a bad group there. But in the end, the Bear was eliminated. And then,
it was Tina Fey.
Are you sure?
I think it was Tina Fey.
No, because it was former governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin, who was the Bear. You are not hearing this wrong.
What?
She knew word for word, Baby Got Back.
Oh, it was so good.
I couldn't believe it. I think it's the greatest reveal ever.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the thing is, the judges had good guesses too. Tina Fey, Candace Cameron Bure were a couple names. Man, Sarah wow. What a pickup for that one.
Yeah, I didn't know she could sing.
Well, we do now.
One of the best Britney impressions I have
from
heard.
Nicole. Yep.
It was on this show as well. It was so fun.
It was. I'm going to be completely honest with you, Fro. I have no idea who any of the remaining 5 are. I don't have a freaking clue.
I don't know either.
That's what's going to make this last group.
This is so hard.
Yep. So
it is so incredibly hard. I think Swan is the Ghost Whisperer.
That might be very true. I was thinking about that too after.
Because I think that is her. That's the only one I'm kind of it could be her.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have no clue.
After last night, I think the 2 that I'm certain will make it to the Super 9 are the Swan and the Night Angel.
Yep.
I'm certain after last night. The third one, I have no idea. Because T-Rex is a young person. That's all I can figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Rhino seems like a gentle guy. Astronaut could be anybody.
Yeah, I think Dinosaurs is what is her name again? Jojo.
Oh, Jojo Siwa?
Yeah, Jojo Siwa, yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
But it is harder this time. But that's the 2 that I was thinking it could be. the Ghost Whisperer, and Jojo Siva.
Right. Next episode, Joel McHale will join the group as a guest judge.
Very happy to see that.
And Will Arnett will join them the following week. So that's our Masked Singer update. Like I said, I thought it was the best episode, not only of the season, but maybe ever. That's how good it was.
I agree. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you follow at all Big Brother?
No.
But you know there's the Big Brother Canada going on, maybe?
I didn't know Canada had a Big Brother, but go on.
No, I was thinking about it because we talked about it on the show. How incredibly interesting this season will be because of the coronavirus.
Right.
Like, will they let people know,
Mm-hmm.
how things are? Because normally in Big Brother, they don't allow any news or anything.
Yeah.
So.
Be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into some other wrestling news. This one was not a surprise to me. Rob Gronkowski is going to sign a WWE contract, and his first appearance will be next Friday night on SmackDown. I
am a little surprised because he's on The Masked Singer right now.
Right. Well, I mean, The Masked Singer is recorded way in advance.
Oh yeah, I know that, but I find the timing of it kind of like interesting. Is maybe more than him.
Also, with Rob, he is joining a long list of professional football players who ended up going into professional wrestling. And that's something that, always... Because I remember way early in, the beginning of the series, of this podcast, I did an entire episode talking about that. Football players who became wrestlers. Wahoo McDaniel, Ernie Ladd, Ron Simmons, just to name a few, that made the transition from professional football to professional wrestling, and how they were very successful, all three of them.
Definitely.
With Rob, I'm interested to see if he is going to do a full-time schedule or a part-time schedule.
I'm going to guess part-time.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see who he goes against and things like that.
Right. My only concern is I hope Vince doesn't go like, let's put the title on him. Give him a moral title.
I don't think even Vince is that. Then again, he did put the title on. Yeah, I was just thinking that. Then again, he just put the title on David Arquette, so who knows?
No, on Goldberg.
Yeah.
He never put the belt on Arquette. He's not that stupid.
Wasn't he the one that put it on Arquette?
No, that was WCW.
Oh, right.
Hey, who knows? Maybe if you're a member of the Founders Club, you might have us review the episode where David Arquette wins the world title.
I have never ever seen that episode, actually.
I haven't either. I know I've seen like the ending of the match, but...
Was it a good match? I doubt that.
I don't remember. It's been like 20 years, so...
Right, yeah.
Alright. We have interesting news here because a while back we talked about how John Cena is going to be in the upcoming Fast and the Furious movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the release date of the movie has now been pushed back.
Yeah, that's not very surprising. Again, Corona news.
It will now be released on April the 2nd, 2021. A full statement, I'm going to read this to you guys now. This is from the Fast and the Furious family. That's what it says here. To our family of fast fans everywhere, we feel all the love and the anticipation you have for the next chapter in our saga. That's why it's especially tough to let you know that we have to move the release date of the film. It's become clear that it won't be possible for all of our fans around the world to see the film this May. We are moving the global release date to April 2021, with North America opening on April the 2nd. While we know there is disappointment in having to wait a little while longer, this move is made with the safety of everyone as our foremost consideration. Moving will allow our global family to experience our new chapter together. We'll see you next spring.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
I mean, it comes in a slew of things that have been proposed. So, I mean, Mulan comes to mind.
Oh, did that get moved?
Yeah.
Oh, that's new to me. I have not heard that one.
Mulan got moved. James Bond got moved.
Yeah, I heard about James Bond.
Some other stuff as well.
Right. So yeah, a lot of things are going on. All right. WWE announced today the newest inductee for the WWE Hall of Fame, which at this point we're not even sure when that induction will be. I actually like this choice. I think this one is long overdue.
Okay.
The newest inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame is the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith.
I'm very happy to hear that.
This was announced on After the Bell with Corey Graves. Today, as a matter of fact, the episode came out. And it has been reported that Davey Boy's son, Harry Smith, will be the one to induct his dad into the WWE Hall of Fame.
I'm very happy to hear this.
Yeah, that's very good news. Like I said, that's one that's been long overdue.
Oh, definitely.
I always have him, to me, because I've been a fan forever.
Right.
He's in that small list of the best wrestlers that never won the heavyweight title. Because I think he could have had a good run as whatever promotion's champion, be it WWE or WCW. I think he would have had a good run as.
What do you think stopped him?
I think steroids is one.
Yeah.
I also think as towards the end he started to get injury prone. Also, there was some good talent back when he was around, because Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Randy Savage, to name a few. I think it's those three. I don't think there's one that should be blamed, but I think those are pretty much the reasons.
Yeah. I always knew about his steroid use. That was kind of the thing that was in my mind when people were talking about we need to get him to the Hall of Fame. Yes, you do, but WWE is careful with its image sometimes, and this is one of those times.
And it's been almost 20 years since he passed away, so.
Right.
So I think.
No, I totally agree.
I think now's the time to do it. So.
Yeah.
We could be talking about the WWE Hall of Fame class in 2 weeks. We're not really sure at this point in time. So.
Let's just say that it's up in the air. The thing is, this is not we would do this podcast because we love wrestling, and
Yes.
and that's never going to stop. But how much we have to cover is not entirely up to us.
Exactly. And there was going to be a WrestleMania report this week, but obviously, with what we don't know at the moment, there's not. So.
Yeah. And just to be very clear, if there's no WrestleMania, you will get something extra.
I think, something fun.
We will not leave you here entirely empty.
Exactly. So Fro, I happened to bring the wheel back out.
Yeah, the wheel of politics.
Yes, because we are down right now to 2 presidents that have yet to be called up.
And whoever it is, they are just going to get 2 WrestleManias.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Because depending on who it is. But to give everyone a quick update for those that don't know our rankings, still at number 1, George W. Bush of the best era of WrestleMania while president. Number 2, Barack Obama. Number 3, surprisingly, Bill Clinton. And number 4, I was very surprised about this, Ronald Reagan is at the bottom.
Controversial.
Very controversial. So, for those who don't know what we're going to do, basically we have done for the last 4 weeks, we have taken the 6 presidents of the United States who have held office since the very first WrestleMania in 1985. And we have ranked each president, not by what they did in the White House, but by the era of WrestleMania they had while in office. And ultimately, we are going to decide which president had the best era of WrestleMania. So this is obviously the final spin of the wheel because, well, after today there's only 1 left. So I think it's pretty dumb to do the wheel. So here we go with week 5 of Wrestling with Politics. So Fro, who do you think it's going to be this week?
Trumpy Lump.
And it is Trumpy Lump.
Mm-hmm.
Donald J. Trump became the 45th President of the United States of America after winning the 2016 election over Hillary Clinton in the biggest political upset of modern history. Donald Trump has... No, I mean, that was a pretty big upset.
Yeah, to say it mildly.
Yeah. Donald Trump took office in January 2017 and is today the current president of the United States of America. Mm-hmm. So, Fro, Trump is in a very interesting situation as far as our rankings go.
Yeah, because he actually has...
he has 3 WrestleManias.
And he has one coming up.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So, we're gonna take a look at his 3 WrestleManias. Mm-hmm. And we're going to figure out where he ranks. So, his first WrestleMania... Oh, actually, by the way, he's also the only president to have been involved in a WrestleMania. WrestleMania 23. Yes. So, maybe that earns him some points. Maybe not.
No.
We'll have to wait and see. So, his first WrestleMania as president was WrestleMania 33 on April 2nd, 2017. The main event of that show was Roman Reigns against The Undertaker in a no-holds-barred match. Mm-hmm. Other matches that happened at WrestleMania included Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg for the Universal title, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt for the WWE title, and Seth Rollins against Triple H in an unsanctioned match. Oh,
Yeah.
and there was also that whole John Cena proposing to Nikki Bella thing, but you know that didn't really work.
Yeah, he's unlucky in his first WrestleMania, Trump. It's not good WrestleMania.
That one is like an in the middle kind of WrestleMania. It's not good, but it's not that bad.
I'm not a huge fan.
All right. Then the following year was WrestleMania 34, held on April the 8th, 2018, in the Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. The main event for that WrestleMania was Brock Lesnar defending the Universal Championship against Roman Reigns.
Ooh.
Also on this WrestleMania, AJ Styles defended the WWE title against Shinsuke Nakamura. Asuka challenged Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title, and Ronda Rousey made her in-ring debut in a mixed tag match with Kurt Angle as they took on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Mm-hmm. Also pretty unlucky, if you ask me.
Well, I think
I'm not a fan of this WrestleMania either.
Honestly, the Rousey debut was the best part of that WrestleMania.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah.
And finally, we have WrestleMania 35, which was held on April 7th, 2019, in MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The main event for that WrestleMania was the first ever women's main event, where Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair both defended the Raw and SmackDown Women's title in a triple threat match against Becky Lynch. Also at that WrestleMania, we had Kofi Kingston challenging Daniel Bryan for the WWE title, and Seth Rollins challenging Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. This was the first WrestleMania in 15 years, or actually almost 20 years, pardon me, where The Undertaker was not involved at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And those are, as of, well, right now, the 3 WrestleManias that President Trump has while in office.
Yeah, I feel like he's very unlucky because I think there's a case for me not liking the 2 first. I think, but the last one is better than.
I agree there. I definitely agree. I think last year's WrestleMania is better than 33 and 34.
Right.
Because with 30, here's my thing. 33 has its good moments. The Hardy Boys returning, AJ Styles and Shane McMahon opening the show.
Right, that's a very good match.
Lesnar and Goldberg, I actually liked that match, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But there's a
you
lot. But there's a lot of things that hurts this WrestleMania. The ending to WrestleMania to me hurts it a lot because that should have been Undertaker's last match.
Yeah, it should.
If he is retired, if that is his last match, this WrestleMania might be a little bit higher, I think, in people's rankings of best WrestleManias, just because of the conclusion. Also, you have, I mentioned it earlier, and I'll bring it up again, the whole John Cena Nikki Bella thing.
Yeah.
Because I remember for weeks going into that WrestleMania. That was like on the dirt sheets. It was everywhere. It was like, they planned John Cena to propose to Nikki Bella at WrestleMania. I'm like, yeah, we knew this was going to happen. So it's hard to say that it's good and it's bad at the same time. So it's sort of like in the middle.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I think, I just detest some of it more than I like most of it.
All right. Now let's talk about 34. 34 has a good Continental title match to start the pay-per-view. That's Seth Rollins, Miz, and Finn Balor.
Right.
The mixed tag match is fun to watch. It really is. Daniel Bryan returns to the ring at this WrestleMania. We have a kid participating in a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, not a good match, though.
Well, it wasn't meant to be a good match. But then, here come the problems, and there's a lot of problems. Asuka's streak ends at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Charlotte should not have been the one.
Nope.
Undertaker comes back and wins a squash match. AJ Styles and Shinsuke. We wanted this epic match to be fantastic. It was,
At most, it was,
Yeah. And I feel bad because those two are great wrestlers.
Yeah.
And the main event, it sucks. Lesnar and Reigns was a terrible main event with the wrong guy going over.
Yeah.
So that's where it hurts 34. Now, 35, on the other hand, is where we can have a little bit of fun. Depending on who you are. Fro is not a big fan of this WrestleMania.
I'm not. No.
But I am. And I think it's because of when we saw it. Because you saw it when it happened.
Definitely.
I saw it the next day.
Right.
Kofi and Daniel was an unbelievable title match. That was easily the best match on that card.
Yeah.
The women's main event was good. It wasn't great. It was good. The ending was botchy, but, you know, crap like that happens. Brock Lesnar's in the opening match of WrestleMania, and he gets out of there before all the traffic nightmares happen.
Right.
Shane McMahon and The Miz is a fun match.
Yeah.
And that's really about it, because this one is the more, to me, the more positive of the three WrestleManias.
Really? Okay.
If you're comparing 33, 34, 35, 35 is the better of the three.
I agree. Yeah, no, I think the 35 is the best of the three.
Right.
By far. I'm still not a huge fan of it.
Right, right. And you don't have to.
Right.
All right. So now we got to go into ranking.
Yeah, this is kind of hard for me because I do think he is higher.
No. Than Reagan.
Huh? Sorry?
Higher than Reagan.
Yeah.
No. No.
Really?
Oh, no. I'm making my argument here this week.
Okay.
All right. Look, I let you win last week. I'm winning this week.
Okay.
Here's my argument. Okay?
Okay.
The three that Trump has had, and this is where I'm going to give him the advantage. They've been epic. They've been mystique. They've been, this grand spectacle, which is what, by this point, what WrestleMania has become. But are any of the three top 10 WrestleManias of all time?
No.
They're not. I'm going to go back to this, and I'm going to continue to make this argument. Ronald Reagan has WrestleMania 3. WrestleMania 3 trumps 33 through 35, pardon the pun, any day of the week.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I think Trump should be below Reagan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll buy it.
Yes. I win. I win the argument.
No, I agree. I mean, it's pretty hard to not agree with that.
Yeah. Plus, we don't even know what's going to happen with 36.
Right.
If there's going to be a 36.
Even if it's going to happen, yeah.
And that one we shouldn't penalize Trump for.
Sorry?
We should not penalize Trump for that one.
No. It's not his fault.
It's the Chinese. Or at least that's
like
what my dad says.
Or something.
All right, so are we going to turn the key on this one?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is pretty easy.
All right, so now we take a look at our new rankings. Still at number 1 with the best era of WrestleMania, George W. Bush. Number 2 is Barack Obama. Number 3, Bill Clinton. Number 4, Ronald Reagan. And our new bottom, number 5, Donald Trump. So,
I have a feeling that number 1 is going to be number 1.
I think so, but I also think the person that's left is going to be moving some people next week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
I really do. So that was our Wrestling with Politics for the week.
Cool.
Do we want to make predictions for the Ring of Honor show now? Or save it for... Okay, we'll do it now. So, as of right now, this event is still going to happen tomorrow night, Las Vegas, Nevada. You can see this on a pay-per-view basis. I think tickets are still available for this event.
Okay.
They were going to have a meet and greet, but that got canceled.
Right.
You know why. We're not even going to tell you why.
Right.
So, we're going to go match by match, and we're going to make our picks. And we will start with Jeff Cobb against Slex.
Jeff Cobb.
I am going with Jeff Cobb as well, only because I don't know if he's still going to stay in Ring of Honor or not.
Right.
He's a very interesting person as far as free agency goes.
Same reason as I picked him.
Now, this next match, there's actually a meaning to this one, because it is Bully Ray against Eli Isom. Now, the story to this is, Bully Ray has stated publicly, the next person that beats him, he will end his career. So the next time he loses a match, he is done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to happen here. Bully Ray will win.
Yes.
Sorry, Eli.
we agree. No, there's no way.
No. I think if the Ring of Honor show in Tampa happens, I think that's when it's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Tag team action. Brody King and the former Ring of Honor champion, PCO. We forgot to talk about that last week.
Yeah,
They are going to team up to face Alex Zane and Ray Horace.
I don't know them, I think. I don't think
Zane is new to Ring of Honor.
Right.
I'm going to go PCO and Brody.
Okay. Sure.
All right.
I will go against you then.
Okay.
Just to say something different.
All right. We have women's action. Nicole Savoy will take on Session Moth Martina.
Also something I never heard of, I think.
Session, she's been making her name in the last year and a half. Savoy's been around for a while.
Yeah.
They're both good wrestlers.
Right. I will go with the contender then.
So you're going to go with Martina?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go with Martina as well.
Cool.
Then we have, this is going to be a fun four-way match. This is called the Dealer's Choice Match. The winner of this match gets a title shot of his choice. It is Kenny King, Dan Moff, Bateman, and Shane Taylor.
This is hard.
It is.
I love all three of them.
Because you don't know Bateman.
No. Who are you picking?
I'm thinking Shane Taylor on this one.
Okay. Can you say the names again?
Kenny King.
Yeah, I think I will go King then.
Okay. That's fair. Tag team action. The Briscoes are going to face Dalton Castle and Joe Hendry. I'm going with Briscoes.
Yeah, me too.
Then we have... our last three matches are all title matches, actually.
Nice.
The Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham will defend against Marty Scurll and Flip Gordon. I'm going with the champs. I'm going with Gresham and Lethal.
I think it will be title change.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Then we have the Ring of Honor World Television title. Dragon Lee defends against Bandito.
Yeah, Dragon Lee is going to keep it.
This is the tough one here.
Really?
Because I could see Bandito winning this.
Okay.
But you know what? To be different, I'm going to go Bandito.
Okay.
And the main event of the 18th anniversary show for the Ring of Honor World Championship, the brand new champion, Roosh, will defend against Mark Haskins.
Yeah, Roosh.
It has to be Roosh. He just won the belt. Actually, he won it the same night that Jon Moxley won the AEW title. So.
Right.
And then, also, I just want to plug this. We're not going to do picks on this one, but I do want to plug this. The following night, Ring of Honor is doing a past versus present show.
Okay.
And I just want to read the card because this is a very good looking card.
Okay.
Alex Shelley and Matt Sydal will team up to face Marty Scurll and Flip Gordon.
Okay.
Xavier, the second ever Ring of Honor champion. A lot of people forget about that, but he was the second Ring of Honor champion. He's going to face Jay Lethal. Homicide against Brody King. Doug Williams against Jonathan Gresham. Mark Briscoe against Jay Briscoe.
Oh, that I would love to see.
That'll be a good match. Delirious and Grizzly Redwood will face Joe Hendry and Dalton Castle. Ricky Reyes and Rocky Romero, the Havana Pitbulls, will face Ray Horace and Bandito. Sumi Sakai will take on Nicole Savoy. And John Walters will take on Mark Haskins.
Wow. That looks like a good card.
Yeah. I think that's TV taping. But it might... I don't know if it's also going to be up on the Honor Club or not. I'm not really sure, so... Alright. So, we had a pay-per-view this past Sunday night. It was the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. We're going to go, match by match. We're going to give our grade for each match, and also we're going to give the grades of CBS Sports and ESPN. We do not have Meltzer's ratings, so don't worry. We're not going to really care about them this week. So let's go with the pre-show match. The Viking Raiders against Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Fro did not see this match, so he's not going to give it a grade. This match could have been on Raw. That's all I'm going to say. Viking Raiders get the win. I gave this a D. Just because...
Yeah, I saw a recap of their match a little later in the evening, and I was like, nah, I can't be bothered watching the pre-show.
Yeah. CBS Sports gave it a C-, and ESPN did not rate it because it's a pre-show match.
Right.
You bastards. Now, to start off the pay-per-view, Daniel Bryan against Drew Gulak.
Wow.
What
Yeah.
a fun, fantastic match this was.
It was in the right place as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it gets the audience interacting, and it was very smart to put it here because it's a pretty awesome match. Sorry.
It's okay. This was a very good technical wrestling match.
It is.
This was hard hitting from beginning to end. There was really no high flying, no shenanigans. It was just straight wrestling. That's what it was. And it was a really fun match to watch.
Mm.
And I really liked the ending because Daniel Bryan, he puts in the LeBell Lock, and Drew's not going to give up. He's not going to tap. So Daniel just elbows the crap out of him. And it's to the point where he just, passes out. And that's how it ends. Daniel Bryan wins. I loved this match. Would have been my match of the night had it not been for another match. I gave this a B+.
I also gave this a B+.
CBS Sports gave it an A, and ESPN gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had the United States title match, Andrade defending against Humberto Carrillo. This was another good match. This was a fun, enjoyable match here. I think the best between the two.
Oh, definitely. Much better than the Saudi Arabia one.
This was a good match, told a good story. Zelina Vega does not get involved in this match, which is very surprising.
I like that.
Yeah, I did too. And it's not a complaint.
She doesn't need to get involved every single time.
Right. But she is a good manager.
Oh, yeah, no.
But I agree with you. She doesn't need to be in every, Good back and forth match. They go to the outside. The end, Humberto goes for a roll-up, but Andrade reverses it, grabs a handful of tights to get the win to retain the U.S. title. This was another fun match. I gave this a B.
Mm-hmm. I gave it a B as well, I think.
Okay. CBS Sports gave it a B+. ESPN gave it 3 3/4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Then we have the first Elimination Chamber match.
Match of the night.
For the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
Why was this so good?
Better question is, why wasn't it so good?
Yeah, but it doesn't have any right to be this good. It's very, very, very good.
So, the tag champions going into this are The Miz and John Morrison. They are defending against the Usos, the New Day, Lucha House Party, Heavy Machinery, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode. Now, the first thing I want to point out that I really liked about this was Corey Graves talking about how this is an unfair thing for Miz and Morrison to defend the titles, their first title defense being in the chamber match. And I like Michael Cole's comeback. He's like, well, there is one plus. They don't have to start the match. I mean, it is true.
It is true.
New Day and Usos start the chamber. Good choice to start it off.
Mm-hmm.
No eliminations for the first 5 minutes. Then Lucha House Party come in. And this is where it gets a little bit fun because they are doing all their high-flying maneuvers. And again, no one gets eliminated. After that period, The Miz and Morrison come out. They try to take advantage over everybody else who's been beat up. And no one's been eliminated.
Mm.
Then Heavy Machinery come out. And this is where the chaos really begins. Because Lince Dorado, at one point, climbs to the top of the pod where his team was at. He starts to jump, use the chains as monkey bars to get to where he is going. And it's like, okay, where is this going? He swings a few times, hits a beautifully executed shooting star press onto everybody. Except Heavy Machinery, because they moved out of the way. They were smart. They grab Grand Metalik, they hit their finishing move, Lucha House Party eliminated after doing all that work. So, the final team to come out, because they earned the right, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. This is where it gets even better. Ziggler and Roode don't want to come out. Heavy Machinery's not having it. Ziggler is running away from Otis because of the whole thing with Mandy Rose. So, Ziggler climbs to the top of another pod. Tucker goes up, and he starts beating the crap out of Ziggler onto one of the plexiglass. He's beating him over and over and over again, to the point where he throws him to Otis, and Otis is going to have his way. But Roode makes the save. Then we get, perhaps, the craziest spot in the history of the Elimination Chamber. Ziggler is on his feet. He's almost out of it. Otis is going to make a charge. It's not going to end well. Ziggler moves out of the way. Otis goes through the door, goes all the way out of the chamber. He falls out of the chamber. It was unbelievably done. It was perfectly executed. It was fantastic.
It was so much fun.
Oh my gosh. And then, to make it even better, Tucker sees that Otis is out, and he gets pissed. And he's
angry.
Yes. He has enough of Ziggler and Roode, and he goes after them. He does a 2-on-1, but it's too much. Heavy Machinery eliminated from this match. But what an unbelievable, must have been 5 minutes between those four guys.
I think we don't agree on this match on one thing. I think Lucha Underground is maybe the MVPs of this match. You think it's this thing?
I thought it was Heavy Machinery.
Right.
Both made a very good argument here.
Yeah.
So, Roode and Ziggler eventually get beat up by the Usos in the New Day, and Ziggler and Roode are eliminated. Miz and Morrison realize that they now have to deal with the Usos in the New Day. Oh boy. They get beat up for a bit, but then Miz gets a quick pin onto Kofi, and the New Day eliminated from the match. It's down to the Usos, Miz and Morrison. Good action for a bit there. I like the pin ending. Miz has sort of like a roll-up, but Morrison jumps in. He does like a flip pin. Miz has his feet on the rope. Miz and Morrison retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Loved this match. I gave it an A-.
Yeah, the reason why I give this a B+ is just because I think the ending is a little too drawn out. Right. I think the ending after when they come out is kind of, it is a little drawn out, but it's definitely a B+.
Yeah. CBS Sports gave this a B. ESPN gave it 3.25 out of 5. And then this is where the pay-per-view goes down.
Goodbye, everybody. Because we don't really need to talk about the rest of this match.
No, we have to.
Because it's only going to get Fro angry, because I'm not in love with the rest of this pay-per-view.
Next match, AJ Styles against Aleister Black in a no disqualification match. Gallows and Anderson are on the outside. It's a slow match.
Oh, it's so slow.
And I feel bad because Styles is good, Black is good. This just comes off slow.
Nobody cared about this match. Nobody.
There are some good spots in this, but it's not many. And we get to the end. The OC do a 3-on-1 attack on Aleister Black. And then the bell rings. The arena goes dark. Bell rings again. Lights come up. It's The Undertaker. He eventually chokeslams AJ Styles. And then he disappears. Aleister Black hits the Black Mass. Aleister Black gets the win. I gave it a B-.
I am so freaking tired of the Undertaker showing up and giving him a choke slam. It is so unnecessary. I think I gave this a C+.
All right. CBS Sports gave this a B-. ESPN gave it 3.5 out of 5.
Wow.
Then we have the SmackDown Tag Team title match. Or not SmackDown, the Raw Tag Team title match, pardon me. Mm-hmm. Street Profits defend against Seth Rollins and Murphy.
Yeah.
At one point during the match, and I want to point this out because I thought this was hilarious, but in a way true. Jerry Lawler complains about the Street Profits, talking about how, and these are his words, WWE is not supposed to be fun. WWE is supposed to be about hard work and defending the titles, not partying with the audience.
Good for you.
Oh, God, does that ever sound like Vince?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Authors of Pain get involved, but here come the Viking Raiders. They take them out. And then Kevin Owens comes out.
Kevin Owens. Oh.
And we have this woman. Might be the MVP of the show, actually.
Definitely. Oh, she's my MVP, that's for sure.
Because Kevin Owens is coming down with a box of popcorn. He's walking, and here's this woman. She's a fan. She's not a plant for this show. She is a fan. She starts yelling at him. She's like, "You suck! You suck! You suck! You suck!" And Kevin Owens doesn't give two shits about what this woman is saying. She is so damn determined to tell Kevin Owens that he sucks. It is absolutely hilarious.
I love it.
Owens distracts Rollins. He throws popcorn at him, and then Rollins eventually gets knocked out. Street Profits win with Montez Ford hitting the Frog Splash to retain the tag titles. I don't know what happened with this match. It just was not that good. I gave it a C.
Yeah, I gave it a C-.
CBS Sports gave it a C+. ESPN gave it 2.5 out of 5.
Well, that was at least everything, right? There's no match left, right?
No. We've still got 2 more to go.
Oh.
Next up is the 3-on-1 handicap match for the Intercontinental title.
Ah, this is going to be good, right?
Braun Strowman, who everybody likes, defending the title against Cesaro, who everybody likes, Shinsuke Nakamura, who everybody likes, and Sami Zayn, who everybody likes.
Yes, this is going to be awesome.
Now,
can't wait to talk about this.
Now, before the match, Sami Zayn is interviewed, and he tells Cesaro and Shinsuke he wants to start the match because Braun has tried for the last few months to get his hands on him and has failed. So Zayn is like, you know what? I'm going to start the match. I'm going to take the brunt of it. You know, it's for the good of the team. Classic heel move to start the match. Zayn tags out. This match develops into a big bag of nothing.
It is so incredibly boring.
It is bad.
It is so boring. I don't have words of how boring it is.
And it's amazing because of who's involved in this.
Yep.
They're all world-class athletes. And this does not go over good.
I don't understand how this is so bad with the people that are involved. That's what I don't get.
Exactly. The end of the match, Cesaro and Shinsuke go for a double suplex. Zayn hits the haluva kick. Sami Zayn, 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn, the new Intercontinental Champion.
Yay?
That's the thing. It's like, I'm happy he won the title.
Yeah.
But this match was, I gave
Not
it
in the way he did it, right?
I gave it a D.
Yeah, I gave it a D as well. But okay, we need to stop now because I'm sure the main event is so freaking awesome.
Well, wait a minute. Don't you want to hear the other grades real quick?
Okay.
CBS Sports gave it a C. ESPN gave it a 2 out of 5.
Okay.
Now,
yeah, the main event is going to be awesome, right? I can't wait to see the main event of this amazing pay-per-view. I'm sure I'm going to love this main event.
The women's Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah, it's going to be so good, right?
The winner gets to face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
I wonder who it's going to be. It is so... I'm so curious who it's going to be. Because I don't know before we start this match who it's going to be.
Well, I do want to point out...
I'm not being ironic at all!
Right. Now, I do want to point out that during the entrances, if you watch, Liv Morgan is scared to death.
Mm-hmm.
She has this look on her face. I don't know if it was a legit look or if she was acting. She had this look of, oh my God, what the hell am I doing?
Good actor, to be honest.
So, Ruby Riott and Natalya start off the match. It's physical. It's a good physical 5 minutes. It's not really that bad. It's an enjoyable beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Logan is the next one that comes out. Her first move, she hits this knee and it hits Natalya right in the jaw. And I thought she broke her jaw in one move.
I love when they botch the beginning of the match. There's nothing more fun than that.
But then, Sarah Logan climbs to the top of a pod.
Mm-hmm.
She does a dive. She hits Ruby with what looked like a forearm, and then she knees Natalya in the face again. So within a matter of minutes, Natalya's face could have been broken.
Amazing.
And then the next entry comes out, and it's Shayna Baszler. And this is where everyone has a problem with this match.
Including me.
Shayna comes in. She is this dominant monster, like she's supposed to be.
Right.
She gets Logan in the Karafuda clutch. Logan taps out. Then Riott gives it a try. Baszler locks in the Karafuda clutch. Riott is eliminated. Then she takes Natalya, she puts her in between her pod door, slams the door on Natalya before she puts on the Karafuda clutch, and Natalya is knocked out. So within a matter of minutes, Shayna Baszler has eliminated 3 people. But then this is where the biggest problem comes in. They waste over 2 minutes of time before the next person comes out.
So stupid.
Eventually, it is Liv Morgan who comes out next. Morgan throws a few punches, but that's really it. Baszler swings her into the chamber, and then swings her into the pod, and then she chokes her out in front of Asuka. Morgan is out cold. Liv Morgan is eliminated. So we have another 2+ minutes of nothing. Asuka is the last to come out. So we're down to Asuka and Shayna Baszler. Asuka puts up a fight, but Shayna Baszler just dominates, puts on the clutch. Shayna Baszler wins the Elimination Chamber, gets the title shot against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. I hate this match with a passion because it's like I said, I hate when they Roman Reigns things. I hate when they Brock Lesnar us.
Mm-hmm.
And this, she is one of my favorite champions in NXT, and I am 110% sure that they will fuck this up. They need to let her win at WrestleMania. There's no if or but or but fro about it. If they don't let her win at WrestleMania, they have destroyed her whole thing with one sweep. And do you know what? WWE are stupid enough to do this. I hated this match. Hated it.
Here's the thing that I said when we did this review on Patreon earlier this week. The one booking mistake they made was having Baszler come out in the middle.
Yep.
If they had one more turn, if they had had Morgan come out next and then Baszler, this comes off a lot better.
Yeah.
Instead, it doesn't. And it's bad. Now, I got the story of them making Baszler this dominant monster, which comes off good. The problem is you do it too quickly. They did it too
And they do it too boring.
Yep, they had all this time. It just does not work.
Yeah, even your mom doesn't think so.
Exactly.
She's sick of it.
Exactly. The only reason I gave this match a C is because they told the story of Shayna Baszler being the dominant monster. If that story is not told, this gets an F for me.
Well, this is getting worse than a F for me. It's getting a set.
Yep.
I hated this match. I have never been this bored in so freaking long. Boring.
See, even my mom agrees with you.
Yeah.
CBS, are you ready for this?
Yeah, tell your mom to stop giving people Corona.
She hasn't even been out in like a month. Anyway. CBS Sports gave this a B+.
Of course they did.
A B freaking plus. Not even I gave it. I gave it a C. I think a C is at least a respectable grade. A B+ is too nice.
Yeah, no.
ESPN gave it a much better grade. Gave it 1 3/4 out of 5.
Yeah.
That's about right. And that's the Elimination Chamber review. Now, what did our Facebook group think of this show? Most people gave this a D. Some people gave it a B. Some gave it an F. which you might have a legit argument there.
Oh, definitely.
One person gave this an A. One person gave this a C.
Okay.
I'm going to give this a B, but it is a low B, and it's only because of the first half of the show.
Yeah, and I am going to give this a C because it's two matches that I hated more than all other things I have seen in quite a while.
Yep, it's bad. All right, well, that's gonna do it for us for this week. So let's get into the plugs. If you guys have any questions or comments, send an email, wrestlingman@thatwrestlingshow.com. Follow the show on Twitter @WrestlingShow11. Follow the show on Instagram @ThatWrestlingShow. Join the Facebook group. It is That Wrestling Show fan group. You type that in the search bar. You are right there. If you can't find it, it's okay. I put the link in the description of each and every episode so you guys can copy and paste. Go to the website, thatwrestlingshow.com, and I think this is a broken record, but we're going to say it anyway. Go to the Patreon page, patreon.com/thatwrestlingshow. If you'd like to pledge some money to the show, by all means, go right ahead, and you too can be a member of the Founders Club.
Mm-hmm.
Fro, what did you guys discuss on Another Digital Citizen this week?
We talked about Edgar Casey. He is a crazy guy that predicted the future.
Oh. How has his predictions gone so far?
You should listen to the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe he did very good. And yeah, and we maybe talk about Corona. Maybe.
All right, let's plug some podcasts that you guys should check out. Check out Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn. They take you through the world of retro wrestling as only they can. This week is a very interesting episode because as an influence, they talk about videotape in wrestling, which is actually a big influence. Also, week 4 of the Royal Flush of the worst managers of all time, and a review of a show, Fro, I've never heard of. Wild West Wrestling. I've never heard of it.
So, what's your worst manager of all time?
I'm gonna say Johnny Valiant.
Okay.
How about you?
I have no clue. I have no clue.
Yeah, that's okay. So that is Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast. Also, check out Greetings from Allentown with PW, Peter Wenson. He watches one episode of professional wrestling in his own unique way. This week, he finishes up Bill Watts' era of UWF wrestling by watching an episode of UWF TV from May 2nd, 1987. It's a big episode because we have a title change on that show. So check out Greetings from Allentown. If you are looking for non-wrestling related podcasts, let's check out the Best Pick Movie Podcast with John, Jessica, and Tom. They watch each Academy Award-winning Best Picture in no particular order. This week, they discuss the Best Picture winner for 1933, Cavalcade.
Sorry?
Exactly.
What movie?
Cavalcade.
Never heard of it.
Would you like to know what it was up against?
Sure.
42nd Street.
Okay.
A Farewell to Arms.
Oh, that's a good one.
I Am a Fugitive from a Chain Gang.
Okay, never seen that.
Lady for a Day.
Okay.
Little Women.
Ooh, good one. The original.
The Private Life of Henry VIII.
Ooh, also a good one. Yeah.
She Done Him Wrong. Smilin' Through. And State Fair.
Ooh, State Fair. Good one.
I have not seen any of these movies.
Okay.
So I'm not going to pick a winner from this group, but if I did pick a winner, the Academy got this one wrong.
Oh, definitely.
Because
I've never heard of the winner, and I've heard of many of the others.
There's two movies that came out in 1933 that are pretty influential.
Right.
One of which is the original King Kong.
Right.
But that's not my choice. My other choice, or the other movie, which is my choice, Duck Soup with the Marx Brothers.
Oh. Oh. Love Duck Soup.
A fantastic movie.
So funny.
So that would be my choice.
Yeah. Go on.
Also, check out Unspooled with Paul and Amy as they watch each and every movie from AFI's list of the 100 greatest movies of all time, the 2007 list. This week, they watch Sunrise from 1927. Hold on, Mom. Oh, lovely. I'm off for the next 2 weeks. But yeah, Sunrise is the movie they talk about this week on Unspooled, so check that out. Also, Last Stop Penn Station with Carrie Silken and Ian Riccaboni. They do their shows every Friday. Have no idea what the episode is going to be about this week, but check them out anyway. Also, check out Sharks Pond, the South Park podcast, where I review each and every South Park episode. Fro, we have made it to the end of Season 8, and the season finale for Season 8, A Woodland Critters Christmas.
Oh, I adore that one.
You're going to like the review.
I love that show.
And check out Eliminated, a Royal Rumble podcast with myself and Jim Boy Star, where we watch and discuss each and every Royal Rumble match ever. This week, we discuss the 2015 Royal Rumble match, and we discuss if this is the worst Royal Rumble match ever. You have to wait and see. All right.
Spoiler alert it is.
Next week, we will have our final candidate for Wrestling with Politics.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to tell you who it is if you haven't figured it out yet. We might review Ring of Honor's 18th anniversary show. We'll talk wrestling news as well. And as you probably heard in the background, I am now off for 2 weeks because of the coronavirus.
Yay!
So, on that note, everybody have a good, safe weekend. No matter where you are, have fun. And when you're done, come back here next week for another episode of That Wrestling Show, the podcast where all pro wrestling matters. And just remember, folks, just because the coronavirus can stop events from happening, it can never stop this podcast.
Cough, cough.
Wrestle on.